As most of you know, I went to Southeast Game Exchange last weekend, and I finally get to show you everything that I picked up. It was a very, very busy day, and I really had to work my butt off in order to make sure and get every single one of these pickups. I will afterwards, Bear. I will afterwards. I didn't see it, though. I didn't see it. I don't have it. Oh, okay. I see it. It wasn't in a DM. I see it. I will get to those immediately after pickup, Spare. Yeah, I thought it was in a PM, but it wasn't. It's fine. I'll get those. I'll get them. I'll get them after pickups. No worries. Alright. So, as most of you know, I went to Southeast Game Exchange. A lot of people were there, which had me incredibly excited. At least 60 vendors were there. Also had me incredibly excited. Hate the fact that I couldn't stream there because the Wi-Fi was awful and the cell phone signal was even worse. So, went with Skydiving Girl, met Romanian Dark One there, had a blast, hung out with a guy named Donald. He doesn't have an online handle. I don't think he visits me on Twitch here. And a guy named Chris, who I met for the first time, technically. Maybe I would have bought something from him from one of the Raleigh Retro Trade events, but I don't remember offhand. Anyway, had a blast, really enjoyed myself, but let's get into Saturday morning. Now, I'll try to go into chronological order. I'll give it my best shot. Let me show you the first vendor I stopped in. So, we walk in through the door and we're just instantly greeted with nothing but vendors. And I was able to pick up two things from this vendor. Let me be the first to tell you that the prices do not reflect the actual price that I paid for these items. I negotiated, I bundled, I got these at a different price than I would say 99% of them. There was only a very small handful of games where I paid the actual sticker price. So please don't worry about the price that I paid. That's not important. What's important is I got these games in my collection. So the first one is a childhood game of mine, and if you recall, I said specifically that I wanted all of the Nintendo Entertainment System games that I played as a kid to be complete in box in my collection. And no, I did not pay more. I did not pay more. But this is one of the last ones that I needed to be complete in box. And I finally got it. North and South for the NES. Complete in box, and I could not be happier. One of my all-time favorite games. Now, if you recall, I did stream a collection of NES games once. I believe it was some random Sunday morning where I just went through a whole bunch of different NES games that I played growing up. I could not play this one because I didn't actually own it. So I finally got it, and it's complete in box. And I did not pay the sticker price. So please worry not. One of my favorite games of all time for the NES. Maybe even my favorite game of all time on the NES. This might be my favorite. Yes, but I do not want to play games that I don't own. Even via emulation on stream for Romanian Dark One. So, really happy to have that in my collection. Oh, derp. I'm a dum-dum sometimes. This is the first time I'm actually opening this up, so it better have everything in there. Oh, look at that label. That is a glorious label. Glorious. But there is proof the game actually exists inside of this box. Love it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I like this one better than River City Ransom, I think. It's a toss-up, but I think I like that one better. The other one I got at such a cheap price, I was absolutely floored that I got it for such a cheap price. And it is a Tengen unlicensed game. I'm going to pause for dramatic effect. What Tengen unlicensed game does Pocket not own yet? Well, it's Tetris. Tengen Tetris. Which is absolutely fantastic. So, a couple years ago, can I pocket it, please? You're talking about this one, Skydiving Girl? If so, you got it. So, this used to be one of the holy grails. So, imagine my surprise when I got it for, well, like I said, I did not pay the price, but that says $120. Oh, both? Okay. You got it, Skydiving Girl. Alrighty. You got it. The one for the Mega Drive is now the Holy Grail? What is there, like 3 of them? In existence? Tengen Tetris for the Mega Drive? It's crazy, man. But this is so incredibly exciting. Now, granted, the box is not in the best of shape. I'll give you that. But, I mean, the cart. The Soviet mind game. That's true. Look at that. Look at that. There were some vendors that were selling just the cart for $120. And I got this with this box for less than $120. I could give you 50 cents. I think I'm going to hang on to it. Comes with the manual, so complete in box. What's funny is I actually have another one of these manuals. I've held on to that manual for quite some time, thinking that maybe one day I'll just find a box, or carton box, but this one was complete in box, so that was really exciting. Very happy that I got this added to the collection. Tengen Tetris is something I've been looking for since I first started collecting in 2017. So, really excited about that. It's really cool. So that was my first vendor, and, you know, to start it off like this, I was pretty darn happy. Pretty darn happy. Alright. The second vendor is probably where I spent most of my money. So, Spectre, I hope you're paying attention. I gotta find them first. Where'd they go? Here they are. Where I have some stickers and stuff that they included in the bag, I will go ahead and show you the stickers, because it's pretty cool. And I wish Will Razorbacks was here. I wish Ghostal was here, and both of them are not here, which is actually really funny. But this place is called Two Dudes Gaming. They're located in Elizabethton, Tennessee. I used to live 20 minutes away from Elizabethton, Tennessee. They weren't there when I lived in Tennessee. So, Two Dude Gaming, these guys, I worked with them quite a bit, and the goal was to get a certain percentage off of every game that I bought. So, I had a goal in mind. It was a certain percentage off, and they kept saying no. So I kept adding games, and I said, now will you take a certain percentage off? And they said no. And I would add another one. No. Another one. They said, maybe. I said, I tell you what. And I pointed to their, they had one case that was like the most expensive games there. And I said, if I take one out of there, any one of them, will you then get to that certain percentage off? And they said, yeah, fine. But you got to pick one out of there. And I said, I'll take 2. So I got 2 of their most expensive games that they had. And I'm going to show everything all at once. It was a grand total of 30% off that I got. So we'll start with the TurboGrafx 16 games, which I am very happy to add to my collection. Legendary Axe 2 for the TurboGrafx 16. Can't have the second one without having the first one, which is really nice. Can you believe I didn't actually have this game in my collection? Keith Courage. Come on. Who doesn't have Keith Courage? If you're a TurboGrafx collector, you gotta have it, right? This one was interesting. I've never seen it before in my life. Sidearms for the TurboGrafx. What makes it interesting is the label on the side looks so completely different than any other label. I'm used to seeing all of these labels. Never seen a label that looks like that. So, really cool. Really cool. Oh, and it exists. Battle Royale for the TurboGrafx 16. This one's really exciting because I used to play the crap out of it when I was younger. Bonk's Revenge. That's Bonk 2, by the way, for the TurboGrafx 16. You snagged all the games before me. I might have. Man, I gotta tell you, I am very, very interested in getting more TurboGrafx 16 games added to my collection. I came for TurboGrafx and Neo Geo. Me too, man. Come on. Final Lap Twin for the TurboGrafx 16. And the last one, Double Dungeons for the TurboGrafx. Not really concerned about the sticker. Goo Gone will help, and if that won't work, then it's a CD case. For this part, I can just replace it. So this part's the important part. But Double Dungeons, which is really exciting. Really, really exciting. So that was quite a few TurboGrafx 16 games that I got from them, which was absolutely amazing. This doesn't double my TurboGrafx 16 collection, but it sure as hell puts a dent into it. So, alright. I made it a goal. So my primary goal for this convention was get as close as I can to completing my original Xbox set. As close as possible. Or you could buy an SD card. Why would I want that? You and me both, Neo Mecha. Oh, gotcha. So, I was very happy to find a game that I needed to add to my collection. Now, I paid way too much. I'll be the first to tell you, I paid way too much for this game. But you gotta remember, 30% off the price tag. So what I'm showing you right now is 30% off the price tag. And it's complete in box. This was the only copy in the entire convention. Unless somebody picked it out and picked one up, I didn't see it ever again. Complete in box, I should say. I did see another copy. It was also $70 price tag, but it didn't even have the manual. So, happy to have this in my collection, one step closer to a full set. But then, I feel like it was the convention of PlayStation 1. Because I got a few PlayStation 1 games while I was there. In the double digits is the amount of PlayStation 1 games I got. The first one I'll show you is Discworld 2. So this is the second one. Sadly, I don't have the first one yet. The first one is Longbox. Longbox. So I don't have the first one yet, but I was able to pick up the second one, and happy I did. So makes me all sorts of happy. And remember, 30% off. So I did manage to get one Longbox game from them. I overpaid like crazy, even after the 30% off, but this one was so complete that I felt that this was probably my best chance to get such a great condition copy. Resident Evil 1 Longbox. Which is something that I've never seen in the 4 years I've been collecting. I've never seen it. In person. So, can I pocket that? Guys, you need to be more specific, please. I need the name of the game that you would like to pocket, because I've shown many a game so far. I don't know what... RE1. You got it, buddy. You got it. I can't remember if I have this on PlayStation or Saturn. Well, before this week, where I went, I didn't have it for either. Didn't have it on either. But, you know, typically with PlayStation 1 Longbox games, they, the stickers on these types of games, they start to peel. Like this one, it is definitely peeling. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, comparatively, the condition is just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And complete in box. Excellent. Excellent. With the registration card, even. So, very happy to add this to the collection. One of the nicer ones that I've seen, honestly. So I will be putting this in a box protector to keep this glue from continuing to become undone. So, very happy to have that. Need to do the dirty work. I have my phone open with the stream. Alright, man. Sounds good. Alright, Spectre. Oh, it's about to get real now. Here we go. Because I'm not done with Two Dudes Gaming, I also had to buy, for me, Vandal Hearts 2 for the PS1. Vandal Hearts 2, which I had the first one, and for the longest time, this one has eluded me. So to have it in my collection, finally, you'll pocket this one. All right, man. I don't know how I'm gonna keep track of all this. My goodness. But happy to have this one in my collection finally. And I think every single one of these was resurfaced. I mean, whether it needed it or not, I feel like that they did a resurfacing job on them. So that kind of sucks. And then, you guys know my affinity with working designs, right? Well, I still don't have a complete set. Even after purchasing Silhouette Mirage for the PlayStation 1. My goodness, this freaking cover art, dude. Love it. Oh, man. Love it. Still missing either 1 or 2, I can't remember. That's the disc variant that I got for Silhouette Mirage on the PS1. Can't say enough about the production quality of Working Designs titles. God, I miss them. I really do. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. So, you know, at one point I had a chance to buy this for $50 and I passed on it because it didn't have the manual. This was about a year ago. So imagine my surprise when I actually had to pay even more, much more, for Kodelka on the PlayStation 1. The good news, this one is complete. Complete inbox Kodelka. Finally get to get it out of the way. Can't wait to not play this game. Pocket Kodelka. Alright, sir. Alright. So, I know, Spectre, you said, hey, buy me some expensive and rare PS1 games. Bro, I had to get them first. I had to get them first. But if that were the only ones that I got that were rare, I think that it would be kind of a letdown. So I had to get another rare one. Oh my god, I got it. Oh, Door to Phantomil. This is so... Look at that. Look at that discard. Look at that discard. It is beautiful. Oh! You got it, Nhlpa. I hear you, sir. I hear... I don't see any Tron Bond. Oh, come on, Spectre. Cut me a little bit of slack, will ya? Klonoa 1. Now, I don't think I own Klonoa 2. But they remade this one on the Wii, if I'm not mistaken. And but I needed it for the PS1, going for that full set. And guys, come on. What a serious dent into the PS1 full set. I'm so happy. So happy. So happy. Klonoa is better than Tron Bond. I agree. I agree. But Spectre, since you keep riding my tail about it, I guess I better go ahead and freaking pick it up because I actually got a copy of Tron Bond in my freaking collection, and I could not be happier with this copy, complete in box, including the demo CD. I freaking got it. I got my Tron Bond, so leave me the hell alone. Oh my god, I am beyond thrilled. Beyond thrilled. Now, that's a pickup. Holy crap. Holy crap. Absolutely crazy. The amount of ridiculousness during this particular exchange of money is just... Oh my god. There you go, guys. So, Two Dudes Gaming in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Thank you, guys, for being so easy to work with, for being a pleasure to talk to. I greatly appreciate it, and I would recommend that you guys check them out. They still had a lot of rare stuff left. Even after Skydiving Girl, Romanian Dark One, and I went through their entire lot, they still had more stuff that was absolutely ridiculously hard to find. So, would recommend that you check them out, because I got all that from them. And this was the second vendor I went to. Good grief. Yep, that's the price I paid, Nhlpa. That's what I got. That's what I got it for. So yeah, now imagine all the wind getting knocked out of my sails after spending that much, you know? All right. I don't even know where to start. I'm just gonna start grabbing stuff, guys. I would do this. I remember that being my first and second one, but honestly, I'm just gonna have to start grabbing stuff because I just don't remember. We're even on pockets now. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, Romanian Dark One. Grunkle, are you here? I have pockets, Nhlpa. I'll get them after pickups. Grunkle, are you ready for this? So, I have to show everything, and first let me tell you that the person that sold this to me was none other than our dear friend, the Face of Evil. Because he had a table set up at SEGE, and he bugged the crap out of me to take this home. As a matter of fact, I even took a picture of him kind of hovering over everything, doing one of these things. The Face of Evil is the guy that actually bought a Turbo Duo out from under me in SEGE of 2019. So, yeah, I call him the Face of Evil just because of that. So, come on, if you're going outside, let's go. You okay? Uh-oh. Really? Okay. Today? My wife is informing me that we are out of paper to print more pockets. No good, no good, no good. So anyway, the Face of Evil says, you know you want this stuff. I said, dude, I don't want this stuff. And he says, you know you do. I'll catch you a deal. I'll make a special price just for you. And we went back and forth, and he says, I feel like that this is really going to set us even. And I was like, I don't know, because this is a lot of money. But, yeah. Let's do it. Because he actually talked me into it. He talked me into it. Here's the first one. And there it is. These are brand new, sealed, and Grunkle, I had you in mind, buddy. I had you in mind. And I kept telling him, I don't want these. I don't want them. I don't want them. He's like, you need them. You need them. I said, I don't. I don't need them. My goodness. Alright, dude. Oh, goodness. Look at him typing it out before I can even put it on the freaking table. Oh my god. Every single one of them. Factory sealed. Talon! Good to see you. So what's in these? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. A lot of stuff. Open them. Open them, he says. I have standard editions to open. Literally my freaking holy grail. Well, Grunkle, they needed to be present in my collection too, buddy. Reseller, yeah. Oh, limited run garbage. Never mind. Oh man, man. Kind of awful. My partner store still has those in stock for retail. It's fantastic, man. Fantastic. The most exciting one, honestly, is this one. Because it's the rarest one. The Precursor Legacy. So, what's funny is, and the reason why I was basically telling him, dude, I don't need this stuff in my collection, is not really because of these. Because there was something else that he had, that he bundled with these. He said, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. I said, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm gonna need the cell phone for this one, because it is so big that I don't even know why I bought it. Because I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. But he gave me such a good deal for it. I felt like I kind of had to take it because this was the only opportunity that I was going to have to actually get this stuff. Set it on the desk. Nope, need the cell phone for this one. Alright, so let's take a look at this box, shall we? Now, before I undo this box, because it is ridiculous. I mean, the size is just stupid. Let me go ahead and sit you guys down while I take this thing out of the box. Oh. This is the first time I'm taking it out of the box, by the way. So, holy crap. And I'm going to try to fit this in the Toys R Us case, for real? What am I thinking? I don't even know if I could take it out of the box by myself. Good grief. Oh! This thing better be a maximum of 4 feet long. If it's any longer than that, it's not fitting. Oh, God. So what did I get? I got that. Oh, goodness. Well, now it's upside down. Yep. So what is this? Oh, well, it's the biggest PlayStation 4 game I've ever seen. That is absurd. I agree. I agree. And I'm going to fit this in the Toys R Us case, dude? Holy crap. Is that the one with the backpack? I honestly don't even know what in the world is in it. It's sealed, by the way. Literally the biggest PlayStation 4 game. It is the one with the backpack. Oh, goodness. I know it's sideways. Here. Gigantic statue. 23 inches high, or 60 centimeters. Anti-stress toy. A whole backpack. A keychain. Lithographs. Skin pack. Any, Destroy All Humans fans? By any chance? Am I posting on YouTube? Yes. I will be posting this on YouTube after the fact. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, do me a favor, hit that like button for buying a video game almost as tall as me. This is ridiculous. Absolutely insane. So we know why the Face of Evil sold this to me, and it's because he didn't want to take it back with him. Ridiculous. But if I have any Destroy All Humans fans, I can't imagine that anybody would actually buy this game unless they were a huge fan of Destroy All Humans, which I haven't even played the game before. Hey Pocket, do I know any game exchanges like that in the Southwest? No. I wish. I wish. So there you go, guys. That is what I got from the Face of Evil. Hello, YouTube. How much does that weigh? It's really not that heavy. It's just bulky. It's super uncomfortable to carry around just because it's so large. This better only be 4 feet, I'm telling you. Because if I, God. That better fit my Toys R Us shelf, which is only a 4-foot gondola. So, I have to fit that in here, right? Along with all my Jak and Daxter collector's editions, I have to fit it in the PlayStation side. So basically, where you see my PS4 Pro, my God of War collector's edition, and the Soul Calibur 6, I gotta take all that out to put that thing in there. And I'm hoping that it's enough room. So I'm gonna move up all my PS4 stuff up to where my PS3 stuff is. And then I'm gonna take my PS3 stuff and put it where my PS2 stuff is. And combine PS1 and PS2. Because that's the only thing that I can think of as to where it's going. I can't put it below, because that's where my PS5 stuff is going to go. To include the box, which is the biggest thing in here right now. Why do I do this to myself? Why? I'm not seeing a Final Fantasy 13 PS3, because I don't have one, man. Play that Tetris game before I try that? Yeah, fair. To get some practice? That's fair. Alright, so that's what I got from the Face of Evil to the Face of Evil. I know he never watches these, which sucks. I wish he would show up once. That would be so cool. To the Face of Evil, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the good deal that you gave me. It was awfully kind of you, man. And I guess this does make us even. Goodness. Now, imagine me putting that whole box inside a BRZ. And driving home with it. Because that was fun. That was actually ridiculous that I had to do that. But I gotta give the BRZ credit. It was able to fit this. Oh, goodness. And then I gotta put these collector's editions in the PS4 or the Toys R Us shelf as well. Good grief. I need to have a serious discussion with my wife on buying a bigger house. There you go. Because you're a collector, you can't help it. Yeah, that's fair. I would put that on top of a PC desk if that desk has a top shelf. I don't. None of my PC desks have a top shelf. Become a top. It could be a monitor stand for a sit-to-stand desk. Good grief! All right. Oh, all right. So I got the big stuff out of the way. So glad I showed that because I can't wait to put it away. I stopped by a place that actually exists in Columbus, Ohio, which I love. I love. Oh, these go here. I haven't shown these yet. The place is called Warp Zone in Columbus, Ohio. They were there at Southeast Game Exchange, which is really nice. So I saw that he had these, and I thought he had all of them. It turns out that he was missing one, so therefore I'm missing one because I bought the rest. He gave me one hell of a deal, and we're talking over 30% off. So, very happy. I talked to him, I was like, yeah, I used to live in Columbus. And he was like, oh, really, where part? What part? I would tell him Westerville, and he was like, oh, you really did live in Columbus. So, we had a nice little chat. A guy from Warp Zone owns the stores, really nice guy. Had plenty of chats with him. And then I pointed out 4 things that I wanted from him. I said, how much for all of them? And he gave me just a phenomenal price. Phenomenal. I'm so happy to add these to my collection. This is where I wish Ghostal was here, because I think he would appreciate these quite a bit. And it is the very first Mega Man. Mega Man 1. Mega Man 3. I'm gonna scoot this over real quick and put a hole in there for Mega Man 4. But that's Mega Man 5. And Mega Man 6. So I already have 2. So now I have every single one of them except 4. And 4 is not the expensive one, 5 is. So very happy to add these to my collection. It's something that I've been wanting since last year, when I actually was in Columbus for a different reason. This is when I picked up that Atari Jaguar lot from Sean, another friend of mine. They had all 6 of them. And I really wanted them, but couldn't get them at that time. So very happy to have these now. I just need to pick up Mega Man 4 at some point, and then I'll have the entire 6-piece set. So happy to have it. 5 is the cheapest of the 6 Mega Man games? What? Are you sure? Somebody want to do an exclamation point PC on Mega Man? Or Mega Man 5, I should say. Suffice it to say, I did not pay nearly what the grand total of all of this. I did not pay that much for it. I know 4 is like $40, so $40 I'll have all 6. So that's really exciting for me. So happy to have these in my collection. All right, guys, you remember? It's an exclamation point PC space Mega Man 5. Do you guys remember? It was in January when I went to the Raleigh Retro Trade event. Actually, that's not true. Is Alexa, stop. What's she saying? I didn't know what she was saying. There you go. There's Mega Man 5 for you. So yeah, not the cheapest. Not the cheapest. Oh, it's the cheapest deaths. Oh. Well, it's the rarest too. So I'm actually mistaken. There was a guy that had Kodelka, he had Tronbon, and he was charging astronomical rates. And this is when I went to Greensboro. Not Greensboro. What's the name of that place we went to, Skydiving Girl? Is it Greensboro? Or Greensville? I can't keep them all straight anymore. North Carolina is hard. But anyway, this guy cut me a really good deal on some more PlayStation 1 games that I needed for my collection, and I'm happy to show them to you now. The first one is something that I've never seen. Greensboro, thank you. Anyway, he had a whole bunch of stuff, and it was super expensive. So, this one I've never seen before, ever. Psychic Force for the PlayStation 1. In my 4 years of hunting, and even in my time working at Funko Land in the late 90s and early 2000s, I had never seen this game. Never. I know nothing about it. And look, everybody knows about it except me. Great, perfect. Another one I needed to add to the collection, Darkstalkers 3 for the PlayStation 1. With a broken case, which I will easily replace. The good old Capcom coupon thing. Darkstalkers, you got it, buddy. You got it. Dreamcast had a great Psychic Force game? I didn't know that. Did not know that. A game that is long box, but also jewel case, and I got the jewel case variant right here. I don't. Talent. Well, I mean, I do now. There's a lot of common stuff that I sometimes just don't get until way late. Like right now, the only thing that's keeping me from completing my original Xbox set is a bunch of common stuff. So, Street Fighter Alpha, Warrior's Dreams for the PS1. This is the jewel case variant. They also made it in the long box version, which I still need to get. But I have the jewel case variant right here, which is really nice. And finally, Spectre, Spectre, Ghost in the Shell for the PlayStation 1. So really, really happy. Man, I put such a huge dent in my PlayStation 1 needs during this convention. It was absolutely a fantastic trip for PlayStation 1. I got a lot of heavy hitters out of the way that I needed, and it makes me all sorts of happy. So, I mean, I got the most expensive game that wasn't a variant for the PS1 out of the way. I got Kodelka, I got Klonoa, I got all of these. I got Silhouette Mirage. Still missing that Elemental Gearbolt, man. I can't seem to get my hands on a copy, which is why my Working Designs PS1 set is not complete. I think that's the only one I'm missing, though, so that's nice. Alright. In a completely separate transaction... Same guy, by the way. Same guy. He had some common games that I needed to add to my collection as well. Remember, I'm going for a full set, so even finding the sports games is exciting to me. So this I have in long box version. I didn't have the jewel case variant, so that was nice to get. But yeah, I mean, for $3, shoot. And then, of course, an expensive sports game, and by expensive I mean $25. But yeah, the guy only charged me $30 for all of this, which is really nice. Really, really nice of him. Nerd! Man. Silly full set. Alright. So, really nice guy. I really appreciate the deals he gave me. I mean, to cut $15 off of this bundle, that was seriously nice of him. Hi Pot, meet Kettle. Hi Kettle. My name is Pot. I am fully aware and embrace my nerddom. Alright, a late edition. This was Sunday. The next day. Went ahead and picked up a couple of games that I needed for my collection. Skydiving Girl pointed this vendor out. I hadn't bought anything from them yet, but this is the same vendor where she picked up her Switch kiosk. So... it's a bunch of comments, which I'm completely okay with. Just Dance Kids 2014. This one was really exciting because it was an original Xbox game that I needed to add to my collection. I want you to notice the lack of original Xbox games that I picked up. And notice my sense of frustration. Nobody brought Xbox games that I needed. Frustrating. Tiger Woods 11 for the 360. I have discovered that I actually have next to no Tiger Woods games for the 360, so I'm going to have to up my game there. This one was really cool, mainly because I've never seen it before. Naval Assault, The Killing Tide. Why is it cool? Because it has a slipcover included. And I don't know, for those of you who actually try to collect for Xbox 360, finding slipcovers is hard. It's just difficult. So anytime that I can find a slipcover, and by the way, 505 games, anytime I can find a slipcover and pay a relatively cheap price for the game, I'm all about it, so I went ahead and picked it up. Stop it, Neomecha. I remember seeing a metric butt ton of Saturn games in that place. What place? Lost Ark Video Games was there. I went ahead and picked something up from them, which was really cool. Mainly because they worked so well with me on the price. And it's because of the condition. Now, this particular Nintendo Switch game, I have wanted... I don't know where the sticky note came from. Oh, here. This particular Switch game, I've wanted since I seriously started collecting for Nintendo Switch. So we're talking like the very beginning of 2018, I discovered that this was a thing, and therefore discovered the company because of it. But it was impossible for me to find, and now I finally have it in my collection. I'm all sorts of happy about it. It's called the Dual Pack of Knights of Pen and Paper and the Knights of Pen and Paper 2 by Super Rare Games. Now, their price was a little high, right, for a copy like this. But for this dual pack, I actually threw out an offer, and they were in such a good mood and apparently had such a great day that they accepted my offer. So I was able to get this for a whole lot cheaper than I was expecting to get it for. But really happy to have this in my collection finally, as it's eluded me since, well, it's been a while. So happy to have it in my collection. Yeah, Super Rare does that. Most of their games are PEGI rated. My copy of Earthlock for the Nintendo Switch is also PEGI rated. And this is the only physical way that you could get Knights of Pen and Paper 1 and 2. And I finally got it, so that makes me all sorts of happy. Now this one right here needs a little bit of a backstory. Oh god, one moment. Okay. I'm stopping for NeoMecha's benefit. What am I doing? Abzu, yeah. Who needs? I do. I think. NeoMecha. Besides Pocket? Aw. Man. Please continue. Alright, dude. Alright, we'll do. Alright, so this one needs a little bit of a setup. So this particular thing I got only because of the special guest that was actually at the convention. His name is Kenny James, and if you don't know Kenny James, he actually voices Bowser. Now, he plays the voice of Bowser and has been for decades. So anytime you hear Bowser speak in a game, it's actually him doing the voiceover, which is really cool. I needed a game for him to sign, because he was going to be there. And really nice guy. I had a lot of talks with him. He just sat there and shot the crap with me for a good 20 minutes straight. And it was really nice to be able to talk to him. And it was all about his experiences about doing voiceover work. And the types of things that he's done outside of the role of Bowser, which is really cool. Does he do the voice of Doug Bowser? No, but do you remember there was a Nintendo Direct where Doug Bowser was introduced? And as they were introducing him, Bowser came on. And he starts talking like this and doing the whole hand movements and stuff. It was hilarious. Well, that was him. That was him that did that. Bowser's Inside Story, yeah, that was one of the ones that he did. But I needed a game for him to sign. And I settled on this because I could not find a copy of Mario Golf for the Switch. So the only one that I really wanted, other than that one, was Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I had to buy it in shrink, so I already had to remove the shrink just to get him to sign it. But man, I gotta be honest, I am super happy about the cover that he signed for me. And he addressed it to Pocket, which I think is super freaking cool. And I love it. And this, you guys know how I am about my autographs. I just thought that this was one of the coolest things in the world, man. Hey, yeah, and then he shows up again on Sunday. Even though I heard that he wasn't going to be there but for Saturday. But I thought that he did a phenomenal job, and, you know, honestly, I can't think of another picture that I'd rather have him sign, because this looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, love it. This is never leaving my collection. It's really freaking cool, and I'm happy that I have this. The sad news. Because of his contract and because of the people that are managing him and the events that he goes to, he has to charge for autographs. So I did have to pay for his autographs. So that I'm really unhappy about. I really dislike that. But, you know, to me, once in a lifetime opportunity, I went ahead and did it anyway. So I paid way too much money for this copy overall. But it's something that I'm going to definitely remember with fondness every time I look at that particular autograph. So that was really fun. It's one of those lifetime memories. You know, you're never gonna forget that interaction, and I truly appreciated his time. I was reading some comments on Facebook, and they were having a discussion on resellers and collectors, and you know, how much. This was, of course, after the 1.56 million Super Mario 64, and there was one reseller on there who was like, "Never get your games signed." And he said something to the effect of, collectors never mar their games. Only fans mar their games with a signature. And I'm just sitting there. That is not the way I want to collect. That is not the way I want to collect. So I'm not going to. If I'm considered to be a fan and that's somehow degrading in some way, that some people actually look at that as degrading, then I got a couple of fingers for you. I don't care. I don't care. I completely agree, Beefal, and I could not believe what I was reading. Could not believe. You better respect all of Charlie's work from now on? Absolutely not. Like this Charlie, you mean? Damn it, Charlie! This is not a signature. So, these particular games I actually got from one of the YouTubers. His name is NES Addict. Not NES Complex, whom I met, but NES Addict was there, and he does quite a few videos as well. He decided to just do a random pop-up sale. And he had a whole bunch of games out on his table where he's supposed to be meeting and greeting with people. He instead decided to pull out a bunch of games and sell them. I just happened to be the first person to actually catch the games that he was setting out, and there were quite a few that I needed for my collection. So I picked up Low G Man, Framed Roger Rabbit, a couple of sports games. This one is Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball, Beavis and Butthead. Stop it, Neomecha. NFL football. Now, believe it or not, this one actually is a little more difficult to find because this is when the Madden stuff started coming along. So, to have this, where it's not sponsored by Madden, I was actually surprised that this exists. NHL 95, I gotta say, I absolutely love NHL 95. Now, whereas NHL 94 is touted as one of the best NHL games of all time, I played the most of NHL 95, and I played it on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. I'm a big hockey fan, especially of the mid-90s, and I am very happy to have this in my collection. NHLPA Hockey 93 was also another one that I needed to add to my collection. This is probably the best one. It needs a whole lot of work, but it's Ren and Stimpy Fire Dogs. I've never seen this before. And the guy said, I'll take $10 for it. And I looked it up on price charting, and it's going for around $40. I was like, dude, you don't want to take $10 for this. He's like, well, I don't know how much they are. So we came up with a deal, $60 for everything. So all of these I got for $60. A good deal for me and a better deal for him. He didn't know what to charge, and I didn't feel like taking advantage of anybody. So we did a little bit of work, and yeah, so I came up with a relatively good deal, in my opinion. Let me go ahead and hide poor Jessica from Neomecha's gaze. Then his friend next to him. I keep doing this, dang it. His friend next to him was also selling games. Now, this guy did not have a YouTube channel, I asked. I didn't recognize him. But he was also selling games, and I picked up a couple of games that I absolutely wanted to add to my collection. More TurboGrafx 16 awesomeness, like Ninja Spirits. What's up, Yami? Don't judge me. Typically people say that when they deserve to be judged. I'm giving you a hard time, Neo Mecha, it's fine. Splatterhouse, the very first one. I have very, very fond memories of my brother playing this game. I was not old enough to play it, according to my mother. But I got Splatterhouse and Ninja Spirit on the TurboGrafx 16. Easy Border, good to see you. Welcome on in to my video games library room, where I talk all things video game related and what it's like to collect. Appreciate you being here, bud. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Worked kind of hard on this. All right. Let me show you another pickup that I got, where I continue to work on and add to my PlayStation 1 collection. I'm telling you, this was the PlayStation 1 convention, because I have even more stuff for the PlayStation 1 to show you. First, I'll start off with this, a complete in-box copy of Ultima, the False Prophet for the Super Nintendo. Complete in box, which is very exciting to me. No, I did not pay that price, though, honestly, with as good of a shape that this box is in, I might have. I hate these box protectors. These are the worst. The ones with the little tabs in the center, my goodness. I hate them. Yeah, I can't even get it. I'm about to massacre this box protector. There we go. As you guys know, one of my favorite PC games of all time is Ultima Online. Well, it had to start somewhere, and it did with single-player adventures like Ultima the False Prophet. Is one of them. For the SNES. Damn it. This is the first time I've seen the actual cartridge. Action video movie. Man, come on now. I'm not upset about this at all. I'm upset about that. That's going to be a pain in the butt to remove. But I'll get it done. Because that's what we do. It is complete in box though, including the same matching stickers. Super. Thanks. But yeah, the box is in great shape. Oh, there's more in here, which I need to get out of here. Okay. I say I hate these box protectors, but here I go, putting it back into that box protector that I hate. Perfect! Next up for PlayStation 1, Wu-Tang. Now, this is another one that the Face of Evil snatched out from under me during one of the Raleigh Retro Trade events. So I had very little competition in actually getting a copy of Wu-Tang. But finally I got a copy added to the collection. Very, very happy about that. Here's something that I'm really, really excited about, guys, and I've been looking for this for a very, very long time. I've never been happy with, when I did find it, the condition of that particular item. Finally found one that I was happy with the condition, and it is Crash Bandicoot Collector's Edition, which includes Crash Warped, Crash Team Racing, and Crash Bash, which is an interesting mix of Crash games. You would think that it would be 3 of the Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3, right? What's cool about this and how it differs is the collector's edition, the manual is different. It has this white stripe instead of a black stripe. It says collector's edition on top, but more importantly, the disc itself actually has collector's edition written right here on every single one, which is really, really nice to have. And I am very, very happy that all of these are, in fact, the collector's edition's discs. Makes me very, very happy. Yes, the database is messed up right now. You are absolutely right. Which is very, very, very frustrating. And yes, I did, Yami. I got all of yours in there. Happy to have this. I am lacking, I think, 2 collector's editions for a full set. The Edios collector's edition, I think, which has Tomb Raider in it. And I think there's one other EA pack that I need. That's it. But all the hard-to-find collector's editions are finally done. This was the last one I needed. I personally would make sure that every CD would be upright in the case, not skewed. Man, if I got that troubled over orientation of the CD inside the case, I would have a lot of trouble. Do I use the desktop app or cloud? I use the desktop app, which syncs to the cloud. There you go. Are you guys sick of PlayStation 1 yet? No? Good, because here comes some more. Couple other original Xbox games that I was able to finally get for my collection. Dang it, Charlie. Time Splitters, Future Perfects. I didn't think that this one would be so daggone hard to find, but holy crap. And it was expensive. Another thing I wasn't expecting. Expensive is relative, but $25 for a copy of Time Splitters, who'd have thought, right? Capcom vs. SVC Chaos. This one has eluded me for years, and yet I found like 4 or 5 copies of this at the convention. Good grief. How many retro PC games do you have? Before we got a PC, I mostly played NES. Great question. Retro games on the PC, I would say probably less than 30. Hopefully that helps in answering your question. Then we get into the PlayStation 1 stuff. We'll start with 40 Winks for the PlayStation 1, a game that I have been looking for. It's one of the first ones that says that I need to add to my collection. I got sick of looking at it, so there you go. A copy of Heart of Darkness. Now, I did see several copies of this, but it's interesting. The price tag for this with no manual is around $25 everywhere, but once you include the manual, it went for $50, it went for $70, it went for $100. It all depended on which booth you stopped at, but if it didn't have a manual, everywhere, it was $25. I was running a little low on money after Trombone, so I decided to get it without the manual. Good grief. This game was so hard, I've yet to play it, man. Is it any good? Curious if it's any good. I'm going to throw a random Nintendo DS game in there because it really bothered me that I didn't complete the set yet. And I feel like I'm that much closer to it. It's Advance Wars Days of Ruin for the Nintendo DS. Again, another thing that everyone had at their booth. But I have not had it in my collection up until now. So, loves me some Advance Wars. You guys know that. And I have a feeling that the prices are going to rise on this after Advance Wars 1 and 2 Remake come out on the Nintendo Switch. So, might as well grab it now. While I can. While it's only $50. Oh, you know me and my variants, especially on PlayStation 1. I have to get them all, so I went ahead and picked up a jewel case version of the original Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. Paid a lot of money for this one. I can't tell you which one is more rare, the long box version or the jewel case version. Either way, it didn't matter. I didn't have any of them in my collection until I went to this convention, and now I have both of them in my collection. So, happy to have gotten that out of the way. Got both of them in my collection. The jewel case version and the long box version all in the same weekend. I think even on the same day, which was actually really funny. The long box is getting up there. Never played an Advance Wars game before. If you like turn-based strategy or like games like Military Madness, War Song, Shining Force? Yeah, Shining Force on the Sega Genesis, you would absolutely love Advance Wars. Final Fantasy Tactics is more like Fire Emblem than anything else, so you could do a exclamation point PC, Iron Chef. I don't remember which one of those is more rare. Wargroove, yes, Wargroove. That's the other one. Another game for the PlayStation 1 that I absolutely needed to add to my collection. It is, in fact, Tomba 2. I had the first one. I got it for a really good price. I completely missed out every opportunity to get the second one, and I wasn't going to let this opportunity escape me this time. I had to add this to my collection. With the prices continuing to rise, I fear that this one is even going to be more expensive as time goes on, so I really wanted to get Tomba 2 in my collection as quickly as possible, which is why I picked it up this weekend, which is really nice. Oh, there you go. Not even 200 bucks for Resident Evil long box. I guess I lost Spectre. Oh well. Oh man, it's going to be a long, long time before I'm done documenting all these in my database. My goodness, my goodness. You guys sick of PS1 yet? What do I think of the Oddworld series? I'll let you know exactly what I think of the Oddworld series in a very, very short amount of time. Stay tuned, because I'm going to talk about it here in a minute. Another PS1 game that I got for $5 off, so I only paid $20 for this. It was a single purchase, Fantastic Four. It was just something that oh, yeah. Then I met my friend Sunny from SML Retro Gaming. Highly recommend that anyone who is in Lexington near Winston-Salem, North Carolina, stop by and say hi. Great guy. I've been buying from him ever since I started collecting. But Fantastic Four, I didn't buy anything from this vendor, and he's like, surely there's something on my table that you need. And he just so happened to be good friends with the Face of Evil. So I felt the need to buy something from him. Sure enough, he did have something that I needed to add to my collection. It was Fantastic Four on the PlayStation 1, and I got it for $20. Another, as I was just walking by, I managed to glance over and see a game that I really wanted to add to my collection. I overpaid for it. I didn't have the time as I was busy doing something else. I don't remember what it was that I was going to do, but I do remember seeing this out of the corner of my eye, stopping real quick, doing some very quick negotiations while the guy was on the phone with whomever he was on the phone with. And I said, look, will you take 60 for both? And he said, yeah. So I went ahead and got Rage Anarchy Edition. You know me and slipcovers. They get me every time, but this was essentially free. So he wanted $10 for this. The other thing that I got from him, which was another long box title for PlayStation 1, Primal Rage, a fighting game that I used to play in the arcades quite a bit, but now have this fighting game for the PS1, finally. I don't know why, but this has been eluding me forever. I can't even find it on the freaking Super Nintendo. Played that all the time. I was the Raptor. All the time, man. I hated the monkey. Man, F the monkey. I can't even find it for Super Nintendo. The one time I did find Primal Rage was actually at SEGE this weekend. And, it was so torn up and crappy that I didn't even pick it up. I have it on 3DO. See? It's everywhere. It's on the 32X, it's on the Genesis, it's on the SNES, it's on PlayStation 1, it's on the 3DO, I think it's even on the Saturn, and I've yet to have a single copy of Primal Rage in my collection? Come on, man. I think it's even on the Jaguar. And I've never been able to get a copy of Primal Rage. Now I have it. It just so happens it's long box for PS1, it makes me all sorts of happy. $60 for both of these. I overpaid for this, even including Rage. But I'm happy I have a good condition copy of Primal Rage to add in my collection. B-Fell, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I thought of you and laughed and laughed and laughed when I picked this up. I couldn't take it anymore, man. I couldn't take it anymore. It was bothering me to no end. But I had to take care of it. This guy was doing some sort of special deal. Actually, I'm missing one of the games that I bought from him. Where is that game? Hello, game? There it is. That scared me a little bit. He was doing $15 each or 3 for $40. I didn't like that price, so I asked him for a discount even further, and he said he would do $35. I went ahead and pulled the trigger because, well, I needed all these games in my collection, and, you know, it's under price charting still. See, you can go to conventions and still get games for under price charting value. It is possible. You just got to be able to work with them and not be a jerk. I demand that you give this to me for a lower price. No, that's not how you negotiate. It's going to be Barbie. I mean, it's Hidden and Dangerous for the Dreamcast. But that's not why I thought of you. Close enough? Man, that's messed up. I also got RC Grand Prix for the Game Gear. Now, I picked this up because, well, quite frankly, I've never seen it before. Ever. So, yeah, I'll pick that up. Yeah, Hidden and Dangerous was a PC game as well, Easy Border. But this is the one that made me think of you, B-Fowl, and I wanted to make our predictions come true, so I went ahead and picked it up. We asked who was going to get theirs completed first. Your Sonic Adventure Limited Edition, or my Tenchu Greatest Hits? Well, I wanted to make sure and get my Greatest Hits version complete. It was bugging the crap out of me. Absolutely bugging the crap out of me. So I went ahead and picked up a Greatest Hits copy. So, thanks for letting me buy your version. I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to put that up for trade. I'm going to keep this in my collection instead. For those of you who don't remember, I bought a copy off of B-Fowl. However, it had mismatched components. And was not something that I could actually claim as the Greatest Hits version. This is the copy that I bought off of B-Fowl. Greatest Hits manual, black label, backing, and black label disc art. As you can see, the Greatest Hits disc art is different. It doesn't have this red splash color right here. So, could not count this as the Greatest Hits version, so I got that instead. So if you're looking for a mismatched Tenchu for the PlayStation 1, by all means, let me know. Oh, that's right. Crap, now I kind of feel bad. The Face of Evil also gave me a free game. Because he's a nice guy like that. He also gave me my very first Virtual Boy game. I don't even own a Virtual Boy yet. But he gave this to me. Galactic Pinball for the Virtual Boy, my very first Virtual Boy game. So I will now have a Virtual Boy collection, starting with the Face of Evil's Galactic Pinball. These are just random cash transactions, just one-offs from certain vendors in no particular order. I thought this one was pretty cool. I knew of its existence, I've just never seen it. So when I saw it, I was like, alright, dude, I'm going to pull the trigger for $15. I didn't even bargain on the price. I just wanted to get it to add to my collection. It's Mario Teaches Typing for the PC. I mean, who doesn't need every Mario game in existence? So I had to get it. Oh, it was cute, man. It was adorable. So, why not? A Mario game on PC? That's kind of unique. Isn't that the first time you hear Mario's voice? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. Could not tell you. But, there you go. That's my elementary school childhood. That's awesome. Yeah, you got a Hotel Mario. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I should have had Bowser sign. No, I'm kidding. I got a copy of Dragon Ball GT Final Bout for relatively cheap, and here's why. I want you to look at this. Cringe with me. Oh, no. That manual is so waterlogged and so messed up. but I got it for $5. $5 for a Dragon Ball game. I sold the original one of that for like $200 in high school. Wow. Yep, it is water damage. Good thing water doesn't affect a CD. Makes me happy. Couple other small transactions. Yana, are you around? I got Pitfall for the PlayStation 1, which is good. Got a copy of Masters of Monsters for the PlayStation 1, paid less than sticker price. Look at that ASCII group controller, man. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I used to play the crap out of this on PC. If I ever get a big box version of this on the PC, I'm going to be super thrilled because that's where my memories of this game comes from. I had this on the 3DO. I now have it on the PlayStation 1. It actually comes in two different types. There is a long box version and a jewel case version. This one right here. I had the jewel case version. I'm still looking for the long box version. I love me some Theme Park, let me tell you. I wore it out on the PC. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm just a general fan of Bullfrog Studios in general. I think they did great work back in the day. Great work. And this one's for you, Yana. I saw it, and I knew I didn't have it, and I thought of you when I got it. So you guys were in my hearts when I was shopping. I promise. But I thought of you, sir. It's the original Command & Conquer by Westwood Studios on the PlayStation 1. I finally got a copy added to my collection. And I'm very happy to have done so. Theme Hospital Dungeon Keeper. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't like the fact that they put the manuals back there. I think it's weird. I think we need to put them like this. I think that's better. The original. The OG. Command & Conquer for the PlayStation 1. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, my experiences with the original Command & Conquer were on PC, for sure. I played it quite often, but I played it on PC. Mario's voiced in Mario Teaches Typing, which predates even Hotel Mario. The original 1991 DOS version used a different actor, but a 1995 CD-ROM replaced him with a Marinette. There you go. So this is the first time that he... Oh, man. Well, guess what? I know exactly, if I ever meet him, I know exactly what I'm going to have him sign. Thank you for that piece of trivia, Iron Chef. I greatly appreciate it. A couple other cash transactions here. That I need to show you. No, I bought a duplicate, but I bought it on purpose, you see, because I wanted... Whoa. You got it, sir. You got it. Sounds good, Yana. Thank you, sir. I bought this duplicate on purpose because I wanted proof, like unequivocal proof, that this actually existed as a factory seal. My copy is not factory sealed, so it's hard to kind of prove that this was actually a thing. As most of you know, with the Wii U, Pocket, you already have a complete Wii U set. Why are you buying Wii U games? I know! Legend of K, Anniversary. Actually, most Wii U games come in a blue case, but this one is in a white case. So one would think, oh, well, you just broke the blue case and replaced it with a white case, right? No. This is actually the way it came from the factory. It's the only one with a white case. And here's the proof. A factory sealed copy of Legend of K for the Wii U. And I wanted that to document that this is exactly how it came from the factory. So I did not like my used copy. I wanted a factory sealed copy to show that, in fact, this is the way it came. So, Skydiving Girl was with me when I saw this, and I was so afraid that she was going to buy it out from under me. She was like, no, 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 you take it, you take it. I was like, cool. So I got it. Nerd. Yeah, I know. I know. No Japanese Wii U games? No. I didn't see a single one, to be perfectly honest with you, Iron Chef. But yeah, happy to have a factory sealed copy in my collection. And that means that because these are exact duplicates, I will have to get rid of the opened version of Legend of K on the Wii U. Alright. Well, this one ought to be fun. Oh yeah, there is this thing too. I also, at the same vendor, got Casper's Scare Schools Spooky Sports Day for the Wii. Not anything I've ever seen before, ever. So, figured I'd pick it up for $5. Why not? Now I get the open copy for free, right? No? Not so much? I tell you what, though, I'll sell it to you for the same price that I bought it for. $9.99 at GameStop. Alright. This one's going to be interesting. More cash pickups. I bundled these together. And I bundled these together with the express purpose of getting one game in the set. And, well, I needed the others too, so that's not entirely true. The long box version of Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dreams. This is the second set. I got Resident Evil, the first one, jewel case, and long box version. I got Street Fighter Alpha, long box version, and jewel case in the same convention. So, that's pretty cool. I'm alright with that. There it is. So, happy to have all of that taken care of. Alright. So I can't remember if this was... Oh, yeah, I'll show this. I can't remember if this was Nhlpa or Iron Chef that was giving me such a hard time about this. But as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to get it. And it was the only one that I found in the entire convention. And Beefhouse should also appreciate this. Because I honestly didn't know it existed. Until you guys told me. So I had to get it. So I did. Steel Empire for the Sega Genesis. I had no idea that this was released in the North American market. You gotta stream that. Yes, sir. My childhood. You got it, Nhlpa. You got it. I thought that was so cool. I was like, you know, just last week we were talking about this, and oh look, there it is. All right, dude, I'll pick it up. Yeah, it was expensive. It was definitely expensive. I don't know what it originally goes for. I didn't even bother paying attention. Mainly because I bundled it with, you know, these two came from the same vendor, and there's one more that I haven't shown you yet. Yeah, I saw Musha a couple of times, specifically on the Sega Genesis. I never saw the Super Nintendo version of Musha, but it was loose cart only. Now, I know that that's typically the way that you find it, because it was a Blockbuster exclusive, and not a lot of people had the cart, or the box, and yada yada. I get that. But there are boxes out there, and if I'm going to buy Musha, I might wait until I can get it complete in box. Yep, that's why I got it, because I have the Analog Mega SG, and I figured that it was going to look really nice playing it. Not in the United States, Iron Chef. Alright, so before I show you the third game I got in this bundle, I need to start off with showing you something else. So right next to the guy who plays the voice of Bowser was another video game designer, and I didn't know this guy was going to be here. And I didn't even know he was the video game designer of the games that he had on display. And he had a whole bunch of buttons. So, as I was passing through, and some of you might know what's going on. As I was passing through, he had a whole bunch of posters and a whole bunch of buttons, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? This guy's like a mega fan. No, he was the designer of all the games that was on the table. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I had no idea that you had made this many games. So the designer of Echo the Dolphin and Chakan for the Sega Genesis was there as well. Ed was a phenomenal guy. I had so much fun talking with him. I had a lot of conversations with him. He was starting to tell me all sorts of interesting things about the games that he was designing. But the game that grabbed my attention the most was one of my favorite games that I played. And this is what drew my attention to the table to begin with. So he just literally picked up the poster of this and handed it to me after signing it. And it is Dungeons & Dragons Warrior of the Eternal Sun for the Sega Genesis. Man, had I known that he was going to be there, I would have brought my copy and asked him to sign it. I was just starstruck. I mean, you should have seen me talking to this guy. I was just sitting there going, I love you. But he just grabbed the poster off of there and he signed it for me. He was like, man, you need this in your life. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. That is awesome. There was another game that I actually did not own in my collection that I completely rushed out to find just so he could sign it for me. And I managed to find it as the original X-Men. And he addressed it to Pocket, which I thought was really freaking cool, and I got him to sign it for me. How freaking cool is that? Love it. Absolutely love it. So he also designed this game for the Sega Genesis. Oh yeah, and he gave me all sorts of stuff, by the way. My goodness. So he's also the designer of Echo the Dolphin. This is a list of all of the games that he has designed. So X-Men, X-Men 2, Colibri, Chakan, Echo. Just a whole bunch of games. But, yeah, 3 Dirty Dwarves. Yep. So that's the designer's name, and I probably shouldn't be showing his freaking phone number. Pocket. What's wrong with you? But yeah, it was pretty cool. Once I found out he designed a third game, though. And this is what I got with these two right here. I've been wanting to add this to my collection for a very long time. And I finally got it. And I said, just sign it if you don't mind. And he did. And he signed it really big. So it looks kind of bad. Don't tell him I said that. Ed, I love you, man. But he signed it really big. And it looks pretty bad. It looks like just Charlie got his hands on it. But I don't care. I think it's cool. I got Colibri, guys. I finally got Colibri, and he signed it just like really big. I mean, broad strokes. It looks like somebody just scribbled all over it. But it's really nice to have Colibri complete in box in my collection. So, really, really happy about that. He also signed the card for me, which is really cool. And why is this game so expensive? Well, it's rare. He also signed the back of the box, nice and pretty. It's rare, and it's a good game. So it's one of those double things. So I got this for a nice little bundle price. I essentially got Street Fighter Alpha for free. He signed the PCB port too. Listen, I'm allowed to fanboy on some things, okay? And anytime I get to talk to a designer, it makes me all sorts of happy. Say again? Okay, Storm coming, got it. One of the things that he told me is when he was designing this game, and he said not a lot of people know this, but when he was designing this game, the game actually takes place on Earth. It just happens to be in the center of Earth, like in the core of Earth. And that's not ever explained in text or out loud in this game. But little tidbits like that, just really freaking cool. Which amiibo would I get signed? Come on, man. I know, I'm a dork, I get it. I don't care. I enjoy stuff like this in my collection, so I'm happy to have all of this in my collection. I think it's really cool. And Calibra's a really fun game too, so makes me even happier. I would get the one that you have on eBay right now signed, Beefowl, and I would have you sign it. Because you're my hero. Was that $400 amiibo game or whatever? Alright, somebody had asked me about what are my opinions of Oddworld. I think that was Easy Border. Well, let me tell you. Here's my opinion of Oddworld. I've been looking for this particular version for over a year now. And I only saw it once. Saw it online in an online auction and it slipped right by. It was a live auction and somebody nabbed it before I could. So I've been hunting down this particular copy for a very long time, over a year, and just now got it. And not only did I get it, but I got a factory sealed. Which is pretty cool. Now, what's so cool about Munchie's Odyssey that's everywhere? Well, this is the not for resale version. So I don't know the origins of the not for resale version. I think it was a system pack-in. Pretty sure it was not a collector's edition of any sort. I am a werebear, thank you. My opinion of the Oddworld series is I've never actually played it because it doesn't look like my style of the game. I have a lot of different Oddworld games in my collection and I will play it at some point. It's just, I gotta be in the right mood for something like that. So I haven't been lured into putting it into any of the systems. I mean, all the way back from the PS1 day to today even. I haven't played any of them yet. I played Abe's Exodus, so it's nostalgic. That's cool, man. That's fantastic. Got a copy of World Heroes for the Sega Genesis, complete in box, for $10, man. $10. That's actually a really good deal for any complete in box Genesis game that's not sports. If you can get it for $10, I'd recommend it. A game I haven't seen before ever, Shove It, for the Sega Genesis. I got that one complete in box. Manual's a little bit messed up, but I've never seen this game before. And then for the PlayStation 2, finally a PlayStation 2 game, Crimson Sea 2 for the PS2. I think it was one of the only PlayStation 2 games that I got in the entire weekend. I wasn't really shopping for PS2, so I didn't pick that many up, just like I wasn't shopping for Wii when I went over there. I did, unfortunately, buy one duplicate while I was there, aside from the Legend of K, but I knew I was buying a duplicate. So this one's a little bit different. I didn't think I had it. Turns out I did. Its spot goes to Hollywood for the PlayStation 1. I didn't think I owned it. I do. So I'm going to have to put that up for trade. So that sucks. You guys know how much I love trading. I actually hate it. I got this one and thought about my wife because it's one of her favorite games of all time. Super Pitfall for the NES. And, you know, eventually I'm going to get all four of these, but for right now I guess I'll deal with the first one. Or the second one, I should say. Dragon Warrior 2 for the NES. Got a pretty good deal for it. It's lower than price charting. Crimson Sea 2, I played and completed the storyline. Fantastic, man. Crimson Sea. Wasn't that on the original Xbox? Crimson Sea? Crimson Sea, yeah. Yep. And it was an exclusive as well. So, maybe one day I'll try that series. I take it it's good though, huh? Cowboy Mikes? If you played through the whole thing. I just talked about those games. What, the Dragon Warrior games? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a long time before I get all four. But I got 1 and 2 now, so I'll get there one day. Another game that I got, another PlayStation 1 game I got. My goodness, man. Dragon Seeds for the PlayStation 1. I actually overpaid just a little bit for a copy of this. But all of these types of price stickers that you see, I obviously bundled them and got them for less. So, there you go. Including this one, and this one. This all came from the same vendor. Now, I don't remember the vendor, the name of the vendor, or anything like that. And Skydiving Girl, if you remember the name, please don't say the name, because I'm about to give an unhappy story of this particular vendor. You see, I understand that it was day one and things are absolutely bonkers. And this guy was absolutely blasted because he was so inexpensive. He was the cheapest guy in the whole darn place. And obviously I want to get there as quickly as possible and try to, do a bundle deal, etc. This isn't all I bought from him. Love Cool Spot on the Sega Genesis. The 32X version is what I'm thinking of. It's the really rare one. 3 months to complete, my god. 7-Up made a game, the 90s were weird. Yeah, I get you. So I'll keep telling this story as I'm showing games. Ishido Loose for the Sega Genesis for $5. Pretty good price. Moon Patrol for the Atari 2600 for $5. Not a bad deal. So I keep piling these games up. And, it's a frenzy, right? There's like 30 people at this guy's booth. Scrambling to get games. Kirby 64 for $25. That's a good deal. So I keep getting as many games as I possibly can. This one I'm really excited about. Blackthorn for the SNES. And I'm gathering these up, and, I'm like, I want to do a bundle deal. And he said, okay, whatever. He sounded unhappy because I was going to ask for less. And I keep getting this big pile. Well, he takes the gigantic pile out of my hand, and I still keep shopping. And he puts it behind him, right? And I'm frantically grabbing for games that I know I don't already own in my collection, right? Including this Atlas game, which I've never heard of before. Pieces by Atlas. So he's already taken like most of this stuff back behind the table. And I finally, get the last two things I wanted. And these were really exciting to me, right? Mystical Ninja for the SNES. With a phenomenal label. And the one I'm most excited about, Mega Man Soccer for the SNES. Which is amazing. Absolutely awesome. So I say, okay, I don't remember what all I even put back there, right? Because as I said, it's a frantic pace. So the guy annoyingly starts adding everything up. He was like super mad that I'm buying all this stuff. Trust me, I was not the person with the biggest pile there. I promise. And he said, okay, your total is $630. And I kind of did a double take. Surely I didn't get $630 worth of stuff. And he said, best I could do, $600, take it or leave it. But you got to do it right now, because I'm obviously busy. I mean, it was like really crappy. I was like, okay, thanks for the $30 off. I mean, that basically made me pay half off for Mega Man Soccer. All right, dude. That's cool. I knew I was getting good deals. I knew that the vast majority of these were below price charting. The only one was Dragon Seeds, which was slightly over price charting. Right? I'm like, alright dude, that's fine. So I pay him. And I total up all of the sticker prices. My sticker prices come up to $590. But it turns out that I overpaid for this entire lot by $10. Now, again, this dude was super busy. This guy had a lot of people coming at him with a lot of requests to go lower. I get it. Collectors can sometimes be challenging, right? No, he didn't. No, he didn't, Iron Chef. He didn't include tax. I didn't even get a receipt, right? But I took him at his word, and then he still upcharges me $10. And yes, this is on me. I didn't keep track of what all I had. I didn't keep a running total. I was in a hurry to grab as many games as I could that I knew I needed to add to my collection. I get it. And I even picked up a duplicate because of it. Oh, dude. I'm not going to make that big of a fuss over $10. But to me, I feel like I got taken for $40. Because he said my original price was $630, but he'll go $600. But it actually came up to $590. So this was probably the biggest negative experience I had throughout the whole weekend. And I'm super unhappy. But you know what? Most of these games, I'll say it again, most of these games are under price charting value. So even though he charged me $10 more than his sticker price, I still have to say that I got an okay deal. Considering that, well shoot, just do a price charting lookup for Blues Brothers 2000. And you'll see that I kind of did alright. I kind of did alright. So I'm pretty happy overall. Yeah, I couldn't tell you that, Spectre. I couldn't tell you that. Like I said, the place was crazy. The whole booth was crazy. Skydiving Girl, you know who this is, right? You bought some stuff from this person. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Oh, well, that's NES. 21. 15. That's a $6 savings right there. I know that I got a better deal overall. Right? So, I can't really complain too terribly much, but by the same token, still put kind of a sour taste in my mouth as an interaction with that dude. Now, you might be trying to quickly add these prices up and say, well, wait a second. I see more value here than $5.90. And you would be correct, except for the fact that this was a separate transaction, as was this, as was a couple of other things that are in here. I actually had 2 separate transactions. I didn't find out that he overcharged me until I got home. So, I think it was World Heroes, Shove It, Cool Spot, and Ishido, and Moon Patrol. That were a different transaction altogether. So, look, I still got less than price charting value. I can't complain too much, but it still just really sucked. So, gotta be careful, and you know, I'll take it as a lesson learned for sure. Am I gonna lose sleep over it? Of course not. But I'm telling you that story so that if you go to a convention, make sure you know what you're asking for a bundle on. Take it from somebody who just completely derped out and decided to just grab as much as I could. And then try to ask for a bundle. Collectors can be annoying like that, and I get it. I get it. If you are running a booth, most people want a deal. And most people are stingy, I get it. Yes, that is correct, Skydiving Girl. Oh. This isn't all I got from that guy. There's more. There's even more than what I just showed you. Oh, this is so gross. I'm throwing this game away. I didn't see it. This is how frantic it was. So, more than just this, guys. I actually got even more from him. I got Revolution X for the Saturn. This one I'm throwing away. I didn't even see it. I just grabbed it. Mainly because it's gross. Look at all that mold. Goodbye. But I did get wing arms for the Saturn. I got World Cup USA 94 for the Sega CD. This one's nice. Rise of the Dragon for the Sega CD. Oh, I'm not showing you discs, derp. Yes, Aerosmith the video game. That is correct. Here's Revolution X. Wing arms. That didn't close right. Maybe it did. Rise of the Dragon. See ya, Sanchez. Thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. World Cup USA. Is that World Series disc moldy? I could not tell you. It's already in the trash. ESPN National Hockey Night. Alright, Easy Border. Take care, man. And Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn. He had 3 different Sonic Saturn games, but I couldn't get my hands on them quick enough. Oh yeah, you and me both, Yana. Yeah, he had 3 of these Sonic Saturn games. I could only grab this one though. It's the cheaper of the 3, but at least I was able to get this one. So happy to have done it. So yeah, there you go. That's everything that I bought from him over 2 transactions. I still have another game from the Face of Evil that I need to show you guys. I'm actually going to give Skydiving Girl first dibs on this next thing. Because I know she just recently got the console, and I want to see if she wants a fair deal on this. I bought 2 duplicates from the Face of Evil. One of them I need for my collection, but the other 2 I actually already had. So I'm curious if Skydiving Girl wants these 2 that I already have. The first one I want to show you is Treasures of the Smithsonian for the good grief. CDI. I keep wanting to say 3DO. The CDI. But these 2 are duplicates, and Skydiving Girl, if you want these, then you just let me know. Trust me, they're going to be like $5 a piece. Palm Springs Open, that's how much I paid for them. And International Tennis Open, I actually already have these 2. So if you want them for $5, you can have them. $5 each and they're yours. But I do need Treasures of the Smithsonian. This one I did need to add to my collection. So, I know what you're going to say. Nice, I'm interested in both. You got it. Alright, not a problem. I needed this one in my collection. There's only one other big box game for the CDI that I've seen like this. Where is it? There it is. And I actually got this at SEGE 2 years ago. And that's Backgammon. So I knew I didn't have this one. Welcome back, Romanian Dark One. So I needed Treasures of the Smithsonian, for sure. But yeah, Skydiving Girl just got herself a CDI along with the Hotel Mario, which is really cool. The golf one I like to get. Oh man. I'm sorry, Cowboy Mikes, I didn't know. Alright. Moving right along. Now, it sucks that Romanian Dark One is back because he kind of knows everything else. Because he was with me when I was buying them. That's alright. I'm going to run through a lot of the little cheapy games. So, what's cool about this is I was able to get... So, this particular booth had a bunch of games. $5 each or 4 for 20? No, 5 for 20. Oh, you got that game, and that's awesome. Suicide Battery and the CDI still working? I couldn't tell you. So, he had a bunch of games. They were $5 each or 5 for 20 on Saturday. On Sunday, he had them 6 for 20. I negotiated for 7 for 20. So, I was able to get quite a few games. Here we go. I got Magic Johnson's Fast Break, Athletic World, All Pro Basketball, the original Super Mario Brothers, which let me tell you why I picked this up. Let me show you my version. Oh, see, I'm going to the old place where NES used to be. Let me show you my version of Super Mario Brothers and tell you why I picked this up. There's my copy. Yeah, I think it was time for an upgrade. So I went ahead and picked that up. As part of 7 for 20, that's $2.86 each, guys. $2.86. I'll buy any NES game for $2.86. I don't care what it is. Talking Super Jeopardy, Ultimate Basketball, Castle of the Dragon, which is nice. WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge. This one, unfortunately, was a little bit rough, but it was the best copy they had. Oi. Or that was Family Fun Fitness. Which one? They actually have quite a few of these types of games. Gross. I don't know, man. For $2.85, this is the best way to fill out the holes in your NES set if you're going for a full set. Let me be clear. In the year 2021, this is the best thing to do. Oh, but he didn't just have NES games. He also had some other games that I needed to add to my collection, including a 5200 game, Pac-Man. That was the only 5200 game I bought throughout the whole collection. An Atari game, Lost Luggage, and I picked this up because, well, dang, it's actually in decent shape. And worth more than $2.85. Keep that in mind. Garfield Caught in the Act. Coleco. Donkey Kong. For use with the Intellivision. So, my first loose Intellivision cartridge. Izzy's Quest for the Olympic Rings. And Mario Lemieux Hockey, which I was actually quite surprised to find in the discount bin. I shouldn't be. I know it's a sports game, but I mean, that's not a very common sports game, comparatively speaking. More from the same thing. Need for Speed Nitro for the Wii, which was very shocking that it was in the $2.85 bin. I got Pac-Man Party for the Wii, complete in box. 101 in 1 Party Mega Pack by Atlas of all people. That's actually quite surprising. No manual on that though. Arcade Shooting Gallery. I think this one came as a gun bundle, which I do not have. But at least I have this. I got the Xbox Live Starter Kit with demos of Mechasalt and Crimson Skies. I'm pretty sure that he just threw this in there. Any complete in box DS game is worth $2.85 to me, especially one with the actual holographic sticker, even if it is a sports game. Major League Baseball 2K10 for the DS. Factory Sealed. Polarium. He had a lot of these. He had like 8 of them in this little thing. I don't know. Animal Planet Vet Collection containing 2 games. Neomecha always tells me to buy bundles, so I knew I had to have this in my collection. I'm giving you crap, Neomecha. But it is complete in box for the DS. This was interesting. Jam sessions? Sing and play guitar for the DS. This is not something that I have seen before. I don't even know anything about it. But it's from Ubisoft, the same people that made Rocksmith, so I don't know what this is all about. But they didn't make just one, they also made 2. Jam Sessions 2. For the DS, complete in box. I don't know, I've never seen these, and this is additional Nintendo DSi features on that. Never heard of it before. Oh, but I'm not done. I'm telling you guys, this is the way to buy fillers. You know what, Romanian Dark One? I'm going to say yes. You are correct. I should have. The problem is, man, all the GBA games that I have, I don't want them to be filled up with what other people consider to be shovelware, because I really don't have a whole lot of GBA games in box. But I did pick up one, and it's funny because Beefowl and I were having a conversation in someone else's channel about Dreamcast games, and I had forgotten I picked this up, but it is factory sealed. Virtua Tennis for the GBA, $2.85. I love some Virtual Tennis, man. Virtua Tennis is one of those really, really cool games that I really enjoyed on the Dreamcast. So, happy to have that, to add that to my collection. I'll just put that right there. Frozen. Olaf's Quest for the 3DS. Complete in box. Factory sealed yet again. The Story of Noah's Ark. Tap and Teach. Weird. Never seen it before, but it is factory sealed, so for $2, almost $3. Yeah, sure, why not? And Lego Friends. Sure. I'd buy that for $2.85. Can't wait to try this one. Moving on. One Saturn game. PGA Tour 97. For the Sega Saturn. Hey man, a complete... The case alone, you know, with hinges attached is worth $2.87. Never mind the game itself, which is super loose right now. But still in good condition. So I'll take it. I mean, why not? So, 7 for $20. Yes, please. This is how you get filler. Thrift store pricing. And on carts? Are you kidding me? On complete in-box DS games? Yes, please. Heck yeah. Which game was really fun? Beef Owl. Oh, Virtua Tennis? Yes, I agree. I agree. Alright, almost done, guys, but not quite, not yet. Where do I want to go to next? Let's do these. Guys, I'm really happy about this. Yes, I overpaid like you wouldn't believe. My goodness. Did I overpay? But you can look at it as a buy two, get one free, because I negotiated down the price. Still, I think I overpaid. But, I mean, the amount of times that I see these games available for purchase in person, this is the first and only time that I've seen something like this. So, yeah, I picked them up. Here's the first one. This is Bass Landing for the PlayStation 1 to include the fishing rod. And it's big box. This is going to be an excellent addition to my PlayStation 1 collection. I am very happy that I was able to get this. I don't know why, man, but I love the fishing games on consoles. I have a lot of fun with them. I think they're really fun. That love stems from Black Bass on the NES. Grew up playing that game and just had an absolute blast playing it. So any big box PlayStation 1 game I can get my hands on, it'll be a first, because I don't have any. Until now, when I finally got the original Time Crisis bundled with a Gun-Con. This took me forever to actually find, and now that I actually have it, I couldn't be happier. For the original PlayStation, to include the Gun-Con, makes me all sorts of happy. My son has one and he loves it. Fantastic. The most expensive purchase of this bundle comes in the form of Time Crisis Project Titan. Big box version to include the Gun-Con. So this was the expensive one right here. And honestly, yeah, I overpaid. But I didn't even have the game loose in my collection. So I was going to need to buy it one way or another. And I managed to get it as a bundle with the Gun-Con. Now I have 3 of these Gun-Cons. I need to get the PS1 Justifier. That's the revolver, isn't it? The blue and the pink Justifier. But yeah, I now have 3 Gun-Cons. Great. That's alright. I'm okay with it. But happy to have such a huge addition to my PlayStation 1 collection from this trip. Oh my lord. Ridiculous amount. And I only have one more vendor to show you guys, but man, I might need some help with this skydiving girl because he talked about so much that I couldn't hardly keep up. Couldn't keep up with the guy. Ended up buying everything that he had to offer. Good grief. All I wanted was one game from the guy. I walked all the way with 1, 2, 3, 4 games from this guy. I mean, he talked a good game, I guess. Yeah, the revolver. Okay. Yeah. What was that for? I know it was Mad Dog McCree, but there was another game that Justifier was made for, and I can't remember the name of it. Alright. So I bought this game on Steam, and I played it on PC, and I loved it. And something in the back of my mind, I knew that that this was available physically on the Switch, and I never got it. And the guy was actually there, the publisher of this game was actually there, and I picked it up. Super Blood Hockey for the Nintendo Switch. Physical form. Now what's cool about this is, I've actually have experience with the game, it just recently came out, and I had a lot of fun playing it. Think Arch Rivals, but hockey related. And it plays like ice hockey on the NES. So, it's a lot of fun, it's a cute little game, I love it. And I'm a big hockey fan anyway, so yeah, I went to pick this up. But then he kept talking. He kept talking. And what's cool is he was telling me all about the different things that this publisher was going to do for his games. Now, this guy is a limited print games guy. So think limited run, but on a much smaller scale. Think even much smaller than Super Rare, of Pixel Heart, of all of these other different types of games. Yes, this guy is called Premium Edition Games. That is correct. As a matter of fact, yeah, there you go. Premium Edition. Modern Retro done right. PremiumEditionGames.com. Now, and then he sends all of this. So he's done a couple of these games on Kickstarter before, where he picks up a bunch of indie games and makes physical versions out of them. And he just kept talking and talking about the stuff that he's doing for the people that purchase from him. And the more I listened to this guy, I was like, damn, this guy's really serious about giving the customer a good deal. He also does a podcast called The Switch Collector, which I thought was really cool. I'm sorry, the Switch Mania Playcast. That's his podcast. A Nintendo Switch podcast. So if you're interested and you like listening to podcasts, I met the guy on the right. Pigeon Dead Collection. Yes. Yes, indeed. And he starts throwing this extra stuff at me. Because I told him what I was all about and what I was doing, and Skydiving Girl was with me at the time. The Just Fire Gun worked with part of the Snatcher on the Sega CD. Okay. Is that what it was? He just kept throwing stuff at me, like all these cards and pins and all sorts of crap. I don't even know what this is. It's just a set of cards of some sort, and he throws this at me, and he's like, God. Yeah, that's him. This Jeffrey guy. Who knows, man? Who knows? But then he starts telling me about these black box challenges games that he's created. Where he's going so old school that if you complete a challenge that they have online and send him proof of this challenge, then he'll mail you a patch. A la the old Activision days from way back in the Atari 2600, where if you mailed in proof that you beat one of the games, they would send you a patch for that game. Like an actual patch that you iron onto your jean jacket type patch. And I thought that was really freaking cool. How cool is it that he's really bringing retro back? And I thought that he was cool like that. And he's got another one, which was really cool. So I ended up buying all of this stuff, right? But then he's like, let me tell you what we're going to do for this particular version. And I'm going to show this to you. Premium edition for Pigeon Dev Games Collection. Now, what's cool about this is, and you might notice the signature on the bottom. I'll get into that here in just a second. Pigeon Dev Games Collection. This is actually his proof copy from the publisher. So this is why it says advanced copy number only. It's the only advanced copy, and I convinced him to sell it to me. So this is how the collector's editions are going to be coming. They come with a gigantic Neo Geo style case that includes a collector's edition of the game, a pin, and a music CD, which does not have the final art. So you can consider this kind of like a final proof copy / prototype, because it's not a pressed CD. It's literally just a blank CD. So this is one of its only kind. And by the way, this box will not be the same in the final copy. So he stuck a collector's edition in here, and I convinced him to sell me the advanced copy. Because I'm a dork like that. But this will come in a Neo Geo style case. Let me show you what I mean. It's going to be the same style case as this right here. Right? Where it's going to have a flip top plastic, you know. But this is just a proof of concept. No, but it's a music CD, Romanian Dark one. It's not a game. Yeah, it's a press. It's not a retail version. The one it's in right now? Oh no, it's very flimsy. It's not actual hard plastic. It's very flimsy. So the ones that are actually going to be released retail are going to be a hard plastic, from my understanding. This is how the original Neo Geo games came in? Well, shoot. What do I know? It also came with this incredibly gorgeous hardbound book. Silver-leafed hardbound book. This guy has really good taste in his books. Which looks really cool. What's funny is, and he talks about the game, I mean, you want to talk about a decent manual. My goodness. This is a decent manual / strategy guide. And it just looks really, really cool. So I said, how much are you going to eventually sell these for? And he said, $100. And I said, let me buy this for $100. He said, no. I said, come on, man. I finally convinced him to do it. He said, but it's got all these bangs and dings and stuff like that. I said, this is the way I like it, man. That's cool. That's cool. So I got him to sell it to me for $100, and what a great guy, man. What a great guy. And he actually filled it out. I said, just put copy number 1. Just do that for me. And he said, I'll do you one better. And he signed it, advanced copy number only. And he signed it for me. I thought that was pretty cool. So I was able to get this, and he actually personalized it and signed it for me. And I thought that was just really cool. Just a stand-up guy. I absolutely loved having a chat with him. And everything that he was talking about doing for his customers, you know, I hate to sound like this, but you just don't find people invested into their customers that much. So I'm happy to have this in my collection. It looks really cool. I'm going to have it forward-facing, I think, if I could find the room, which I'm pretty sure shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I'm very happy that he was able to do this for me. And thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. All this stuff he threw in for free, which was really cool as well. I went ahead and bought these. If I ever complete the challenge, Jeff, I'm going to be sending in that proof. Oh, there was another thing. that this guy said as well. He said you can also get a badge from him, or a patch from him in the mail if you do an unboxing and tag him in it. So I guess I gotta take a small clip of this and get that unboxing patch. But honestly, what I'm most excited about out of everything that I bought has got to be Super Blood Hockey, just because I know that it's a really good game. Never played this, don't know anything about it. Same with these two games right here, don't know anything about it, but I do know about Super Blood Hockey, and I'm happy to have that in my collection. So, Skydiving Girl, if I left anything out, please let me know. It was just a lot of talking and there was a lot going on. Good grief. So, that's... my goodness. That was my adventures of the Southeast Game Exchange 2021 in Greensboro, South Carolina. That was a lot. It was a lot of money spent. And now I'm broke for a few months. That's okay. I still have plenty to show you from BFAL's pickups to last me quite a long time. So it's fine. We'll get back to BFAL's pickups next week. As we continue that, I want to run through the entirety of BFAL's pickups. So we will definitely do that. But that's it. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, let me know what your favorite pickup was. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys very much. And we'll catch you next week with more pickups.